Hello, I'm Janine Lanouette. In this video, I'm going to show you how to think of dialogue as a form of action, using a clip from the 2010 film Winter's Bone. I'm going to give you some background, then we'll watch the scene, then we'll examine it.
Deep in the Missouri Ozarks lives 17-year-old Ree Dolly, taking care of her younger brother and sister, as well as her catatonic mother, all on her own. One day the sheriff shows up to report that her father, who's been charged with cooking meth, has disappeared. If he doesn't show up in court next week, they will lose their house. The sheriff advises Ree to find some place to go. Ree defiantly responds that she will find her father. She sets out to her friend Gail's house to begin her search.
Thank God it's you, sweet pea.
Not Floyd's mom and daddy again.
Them two watch me like I done something wrong.
Hush your mouth about them. They put a roof over your head, ain't they?
Hey, Floyd, you gonna invite me in? Or I could just stay out here and talk to you.
Yeah, you can come in.
Shit. Don't start. It's been a while, sweet pea. Things stack up is all. What's going on?
The sheriff came by looking for my dad. If he don't show up for his court date, we're gonna lose that house. Gotta get down to the Arkansas line.
I gotta ask him. It's his truck. He said no.
Did you tell him I'd spring for gas?
I told him, he still won't.
Why not?
He never says why not to me, Ree. He just says no.
Man, it's so sad to hear you say he won't let you do something and then you don't do it.
It's different once you're married.
It really must be. Because you ain't never used to eat no shit.
Ned needs his nap. Come here.
I picked a low-key scene to demonstrate that even when there doesn't appear to be much going on, the characters are still doing things, and more importantly, they're doing them to each other. Each line of dialogue contains some form of doing. It is in this doing that we find the action in the scene. Let's look at this scene line by line.
It's been a while, sweet pea.
The subtext to this line is, "Where the hell have you been?" But what Gail is doing by making this observational statement is questioning Ree about why she hasn't been around. One way we know this is from Ree's answer.
Things stack up is all.
The subtext here is, "I don't have a good reason." But what Ree is doing is giving an excuse, or evading Gail's question. So Gail lets go of the past and moves on to the present.
What's going on?
The assumption being that there's gotta be a reason Ree is here now. So what Gail is doing is investigating, trying to get to the bottom of things.
The sheriff came by looking for my dad. If he don't show up for his court date, we're gonna lose that house. Gotta get down to the Arkansas line.
At first, Ree is explaining the situation. Then, like Gail did before, she's making a statement that is actually a question. So what Ree is doing here is asking for help.
I gotta ask him. It's his truck.
Gail is letting Ree know that it's not up to her. What she's doing is deferring to Floyd.
He said no.
Here, the doing is simply reporting back. But there's a subtext saying, see what I'm dealing with? So another thing she's doing is asking for sympathy.
Did you tell him I'd spring for gas?
But the gravity of Rhee's problem eclipses Gail's domestic issues. So Rhee becomes accusatory, saying, you must not have stated my case accurately. What Rhee is doing is challenging Gail.
I told him, he still won't.
Gail is meeting Rhee's challenge with an assurance that she stated the case just fine, and Floyd is still being a jerk. So what Gail is doing here is defending herself, again with a hint of seeking sympathy.
Why not?
Rhee sees no rational reason for refusing her in her dire situation. The doing here is she's demanding an explanation.
He never says why not to me, Rhee. He just says no.
Gail is telling Rhee that it is out of her control, so she has gone beyond defending herself to abdicating responsibility altogether.
Man, it's so sad to hear you say he won't let you do something and then you don't do it.
The subtext in this line is, you're a wimp and you've let me down. So what Rhee is doing is lashing out at Gail, confronting her with what she's come to.
It's different once you're married.
Gail is telling Rhee she wouldn't understand. So again, Gail is defending herself, this time with a little righteousness mixed in.
It really must be. Because you ain't never used to eat no shit.
But Rhee is not accepting her defense. Instead, she insults Gail, telling her she's being a coward.
Ned needs his nap.
Gail has had about enough of all this challenging, confronting, and insulting from Rhee. The subtext is, it's time for you to leave. What she's doing is kicking Rhee out. So it turns out, for such a small, quiet scene, there's actually a lot of action going on. There's questioning why Rhee hasn't been around.
It's been a while, Sweet Pea.
There's evading Gail's question.
Things stack up a little.
There's investigating further.
What's going on?
There's explaining and asking for help.
Gotta get down to the Arkansas line.
There's deferring the answer.
I gotta ask him. It's his truck.
Then there's reporting back.
He said no.
There's challenging the
You
result.
tell him I'd spring for gas?
There's meeting the challenge defensively.
I told him, he still won't.
There's demanding an explanation.
Why not?
There's abdicating responsibility.
He never says why not to me, Rhee. He just says no.
Then there's lashing out.
Man, it's so sad to hear you say he won't let you do something and then you don't do it.
There's defending with superiority.
It's different once you're married.
There's insulting.
It really must be. Because you ain't never used to eat no shit.
And there's giving the boot.
Ned needs his nap.
And it's all done by putting the action into what the characters are doing to each other in the dialogue.